Okay, to help you get into the story, you need to imagine a 19-year-old me, okay? Came from my heart when I was 19. Victor. I unfold under the covers, twist and stretch, and my eyes flash open. I'm wide awake and well rested. I feel the barely warm early summer breeze flowing into my apartment. The thick velvet drapes are still tied back from last night. I love living alone. It's no wonder I'm waking up happy. The wonder is why I'm waking up at all. According to the sun hitting the bricks across the alley, dimly lighting my cave with reflective light, it's not even noon yet. This seems like a perfect day to call in sick, I think to myself, reaching for the cat who is curled up next to my pillow. Neither of us quite ready to get out of bed yet. I nuzzle my nose into Lydia's warm fur coat. She smells like a sleeping cat. You know, like warm, damp fur. It's kind of gross. As she stretches, her body falls into mine, and I whisper in her ear, "Let's just lay here forever." She nudges my chin and snorts a little. As the cat and I lay dozing, we are suddenly upset by an enormous thud. Unfortunately, I'm not curious as to where it's coming from. I hear him crying. He's pleading with his mother. Now I know why I'm awake. Lydia's a cat. She can curl up in a ball and ignore it, not me. I stare hard up where the wall meets the ceiling. What's happening to him? Trying to see through the walls, I might finally find out what he won't tell me. For as good as I felt waking up, light and warm, that feeling has collapsed and is now a heavy stone. My neighbor is beating her child, and I'm powerless to help. I can't go up there. Even if she does let him answer the door, it'll be just a crack, and then it'll be closed as soon as possible, leaving me standing in the empty hallway. I can't call the police. They already know. The school already knows. Everybody knows, but still Victor cries. Into the alley in yesterday's clothes, I can't look up to see if he is in the window this morning. That's where he watches for me. This morning, I don't want to see him, and he does not want to see me. Echoing through the alley, I hear he is still crying. I walk away past the coal chute where I found him last fall. He had almost his entire body in the trapdoor. Just his crooked legs hung out enough to brace himself. I saw these scrawny, milky brown legs and heard his high-pitched screams of excitement. He was so beautiful that I had to watch. He giggled and squirmed and yelled, "Hey, you cat, stop that!" I knelt down and looked into the trap, cautious of his wide legs, and said, "What are you doing?" He quickly backed out. The widest smile and the deepest brown eyes I have ever seen were beaming up at me. He was panting with excitement, smudged like a chimney sweep, arms aflame with fine red scratches. His eyes shone bright from his ashy face and could have swallowed the entire world. He squealed, "There's a kitten down there. I almost got it." Next thing I knew, it was my head in the coal chute. When we got the kitten out, Victor took it home, and 2 weeks later it escaped. Lucky kitty. I sit breathing in my steam from the coffee, holding my head in my hands. I can't help but feel there's something I can do for him. I try. When I'm with him, I look for the obvious signs. The one time I saw bruises, I didn't know what to say. He said he didn't know how they got there. But he didn't even have to look at me to know that I was staring at his scrawny brown and purple arms. His mother, she came here alone from Latvia. In her middle 40s, secretive and nervous. I never see the inside of their apartment. According to Victor, his mother sleeps in a pile of dirty clothes on the floor so that he can have the mattress and the blanket. I think he told me this because he thinks it might make me think she is a kind and loving mother, sacrificing her own comfort for his sake. I don't get it. Does he love her or does he hate her? All I know about his father is that he is a dark-skinned man and that Victor never knew him. I hate them for the ugly life they gave him. The only beauty they gave him is in his face. At least he has that. But it means nothing. Those eyes that could swallow the world never will, because they're so full of sadness. He's only happy when he forgets. After the day of chasing the kitten in the coal chute, Victor became a pest. Every time I turned the corner, he was there, lurking in the alley. He was a sweet kid, but I really didn't want him clinging to me. I think I knew if I let him in, he would break my heart. But he was always there, always on his own, coming and going as he pleased at all hours. I should have known better, but one day I broke down and invited him to come with me for lunch, and that was it. I said, "Hey, Victor, you want to go get lunch?" He said, "Yeah, let's go get lunch." I said, "You better run upstairs and ask your mom." So we went upstairs and knocked on his apartment door. And knocked, and knocked, and knocked. Staring at the closed door, finally he admitted his mother wasn't home. He was alone and locked out. I think that's the moment he became mine. He's breaking my heart, but to walk away would be worse. Deep down, I know I'm making his life better. He comes to my parents' house with me on Sundays. We go camping. To my friend's farm in Door County. Mostly we just walk the city streets, though, window shopping and stopping for lunch. Fortunately, he only eats French fries, because that's all I can afford. I know I should feed him healthier, but at least I feed him. At least I spend time with him, talk to him, take him places. When we are together, we are happy. I used to think the last thing I needed was the emotional stress of caring for an abused child. I was wrong. Victor should be here with me now. He must be done crying, waiting for me, ready to forget. Thank you.